Now let's zoom out here for a second and take a big picture look at the question that we asked at the very beginning, which is Ozempic right for you? I have identified that there are 4 main problems with the use of Ozempic. The first is that Ozempic is an expensive and short-term Band-Aid. And the reason for that is because people who are living with type 2 diabetes, who are prescribed Ozempic to lower their blood glucose, will experience lowered blood glucose as a result of GLP-1 receptor activation, like we talked about earlier. In addition to that, they're likely to lose weight, and the combination of improving your blood glucose through GLP-1 activation and by losing weight is a feed-forward mechanism to help you lower your blood glucose even more. But more and more people are using it as an off-label weight loss drug, and Ozempic is only a short-term solution for people who are truly not willing to put in the work to change their lifestyle. So you can think of it as basically a very fancy and expensive Band-Aid that costs on average $900 per month. It's fun. It's fast. It's easy. You can share it with your friends. You can laugh about it. You can share it on social media. And you can see results quickly. And trust me, who doesn't want that? The problem is that you're exposing yourself to side effects that are both known as well as unknown. And the cardiovascular disease effects are actually unknown. And there's a trial underway as we speak to determine what the long-term risks are, because right now they are incompletely described. Problem number 2, Ozempic is a get skinny quick scheme. Now, the exact mindset that often creates chronic disease in the first place is the exact same mindset that entices people to use something like Ozempic to lose weight. The reason is because lifestyle decisions like improving your diet, or increasing the amount that you exercise, or reducing the amount of alcohol you drink, or reducing the amount that you smoke, or beginning an intermittent fasting regimen, those are all solutions that last into the future. The problem is that they require effort. And if you're not willing to put in that effort to change your diet, to improve your exercise regimen, to reduce the amount that you drink, to reduce the amount that you smoke, or to start intermittent fasting, then you're making a short-term decision. And the short-term decision is to use an injectable pharmaceutical medication to help you lose weight, because that's what you see on social media and that's what the evidence shows. So if Ozempic comes and goes, then you've still got all the other habits that led to the creation of chronic disease in the first place. And unless you decide that you want to take Ozempic for many years, you're implementing a get skinny quick scheme that is bound to run out of steam at a certain point. Problem number 3, you can activate stretch receptors in your small intestine using your food by itself. Now, let's think back. Stretch receptors are the receptors that are activated by semaglutide. Those are the GLP-1 receptor agonists that sent a signal up to your brain that told your brain that there was material inside of your GI tract and that it was time to reduce your appetite. Now, these stretch receptors are present all throughout your small intestine and your large intestine, and they're actually activated by bulk, which is a combination of both fiber and water. We wrote about this extensively in our book, and I'm going to actually read you a passage just in case it's been a while since you read our book, or since you haven't picked up a copy of the Mastering Diabetes book yet. The passage reads as follows: what actually makes you feel full? If you've ever asked yourself the question, what components of my food actually make me feel full, then join the club. The human digestive system is incredibly complex, and it is in constant communication with your brain to control your appetite, as well as how quickly food moves through your stomach, your small intestine, and your large intestine. Your digestive system is intricately designed with a sophisticated collection of nerves that sense carbohydrate, fat, protein, nutrients, salt, and changes in pH, and the amount of mechanical stretch at various locations. Now, when you eat food, these neurons are in constant communication with your brain to make minute-by-minute decisions about when to start eating, when to slow down, and when to stop eating altogether. Nerves in your stomach and your small intestine secrete serotonin, which not only makes you feel happy, but also propels partially digested food through your small intestine and tells your stomach to wait before releasing more food downstream. Think of serotonin as a traffic light that constantly switches from green to red in order to control how and when your stomach empties. Now, one of the most important nutrients in your food that tells your brain when to slow or completely shut off your hunger mechanism or signal is known as bulk. Bulk is a term given to the combination of water and fiber, and that occupies space in your digestive system, and it mechanically stretches your stomach, your small intestine, and your large intestine simultaneously. Scientists believe that because bulk is the most effective satiety signal, that the amount of bulk in your food is the most important determinant of how satisfied you feel after eating a meal. So if activating stretch receptors triggers your brain to reduce your appetite, then you effectively have a choice. Option number one, activate stretch receptors in your small intestine by slowly increasing your fiber-rich food intake, which will increase your bulk intake, which will then cause you to start to feel more full as you increase the number of foods that contain fiber. Option number two, activate stretch receptors in your small intestine by injecting Ozempic, a medication that is known to increase your risk for thyroid cancer, gallbladder disease, pancreatitis, and gastrointestinal issues like nausea, constipation, diarrhea, and as yet unknown cardiovascular side effects. The choice is yours, my friends. I'm sure you can tell by the tone of my voice that I would choose option number one. And yes, of course, I am encouraging you to also choose option number one. Option number two is a dangerous game. It is a game that is focused only on the short term, and it's a game that has no guaranteed long-term strategy. If you're looking for something that can actually help you lose weight and help you feel full, then eating a fiber-rich diet is the obvious choice, and I hope that makes sense. Problem number four, the side effects simply aren't worth it. If I were to tell you that eating an apple may cause pancreatitis, would you do it? What if I were to tell you that eating a piece of chicken breast may cause either pancreatitis, gallbladder issues, or thyroid disease? Would you still do it? Why do people engage in risky behaviors when the cards are stacked against them? That's my question. Why do people act surprised when they develop a chronic disease after abusing their body for years? Why do people act surprised when they've been making a collection of short-term decisions, not thinking about the consequences of those decisions in the long term, and then wonder why they may have developed type 2 diabetes or obesity or cardiovascular disease or some combination of all three? None of this makes sense, my friends, but you're human. And oftentimes humans prioritize short-term decisions over long-term decisions. And that's why I want you to focus on the side effects. If you're going to get any side effects, especially if those are other chronic diseases from anything that you're doing, you should definitely stop and think about that, because that behavior is risky and it's likely to lead you in the wrong direction. Hey, this video was just a snippet of a much more in-depth discussion. Now, we know not everyone has the time to watch an hour-long video, so I hope that this highlight taught you something helpful. Now, if you're interested in watching the full-length deep dive, then I highly recommend that you check it out, because there's a ton more to learn on the subject, and this is just hitting the tip of the iceberg. Just click on the link on the screen to check out the full-length episode. And if you're already going, whoa, that's a lot to digest, I just want to live a healthy life and call it a day, then don't worry, because we have expert coaches who can help get you true long-lasting health that can actually be very simple, and be your accountability coach and give you a personalized roadmap to lower your blood sugar, to lose weight, and to get off medication for good. Now, the science behind health is overly complicated, unfortunately, but getting healthy doesn't have to be. Visit masteringdiabetes.org/start. Answer some questions about yourself and schedule a free consultation to talk with somebody on our team who's going to show you exactly how we've transformed the lives of thousands of people using the Mastering Diabetes method. It's important you answer all of the questions to the best of your ability, because we want to be able to get you the right coach. We have a limited number of spots available, and that's why it's imperative to find a good fit. Again, visit masteringdiabetes.org/start to schedule a free zero commitment discovery call and start taking control of your health today.